26 oktober 1943 raakte Sidney Frost zwaar gewond bij gevechten in Italië.
I went back to England. I was out of action for a whole year. And that literally saved my life. Because we had the two big battles while I was away. The Hitler line, which is famous, infamous I should say, and Ortona. I missed both those. And I've always had a feeling of regret in a way because I lost so many of my comrades in those two engagements.
Na ruim een jaar in het ziekenhuis was Sidney hersteld. Hij kwam weer in actie. Het was begin 1945. De oorlogsmachine van de nazi's begon vast te lopen.
About February 1945 we're talking about now. The Allies had long wanted to get the two Canadian divisions in Italy were the 1st and the 5th. They wanted to get us back to our alma mater, the Canadian Army, that had been fighting in Normandy. And so in the final stages of the war, and we like to say they couldn't have won it without us, they said, come on, 1st Division, 5th Division, we need you to finish off the war. So they transported us in an incredible operation from the banks of the Arno River in Florence to Leghorn, then by ship from Leghorn to Marseille, and then by truck up the Rhone Valley from 2,000 miles into Holland. And finally came to rest in a little place called Gorsel on the east side of the Isle River. Now here's the Isle River coming down like this. And this was all part of a big strategical plan to bring the Canadian troops from Italy into Holland without the Germans knowing. And it succeeded. They had no idea where the First Corps was. In the meantime, before we had arrived, the rest of the Canadian Army had gone north on the east side of Isle River into Germany. This area here is still all full of Germans. So the Germans naturally thought, well, we've seen the end of the Canadians, we can relax on this side of the Isle River. So on April the 10th, we attacked across the Isle River, and the Germans were caught by complete surprise. They had no idea we were doing this. That was the 1st Division. From the south, the 5th Armored Division came up from the south, and the two divisions joined and caught a big pocket of Germans in between, maybe 100,000 of them, and they didn't know where to go. They all surrendered.
Op 28 april 1945 werd een wapenstilstand gesloten. De gevechten hielden op. Maar voor velen was het al te laat. In Nederland waren al meer dan 20.000 mensen van honger of kou gestorven. Voor anderen was het maar net op tijd.
You know why the people really love us so much? We saved them from starvation. That's a fact. That's an historical fact. I can remember when we finally, the truce was declared in places like Amsterdam, people were lying on the streets, dead from starvation. Terrible, 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 terrible. The Germans, you see, they'd taken everything, taken all their food. They even took their bicycles. That's why they made their big mistake. And the radios, cut down all the trees. The poor Dutch ended up eating tulip bulbs. So no wonder they welcomed the Canadians and have never forgotten this. And they never will.
Op 5 mei 1945 gaven de Duitsers zich over en tekenden ze in Hotel de Wereld in Wageningen het capitulatieverdrag.
The liberation itself was out of this world. And everywhere we went, the people were just elated. They threw garlands and flowers on the cars, and Franz kept announcing all the time, you know, we're going to the Hague on official business. And the people were reaching inside the car to touch and to feel. And it was the hour of liberation. You know, after 5 years of bondage, the people were just letting go.